All right, what's up? 1-3. What episode is this? I think this is number 52. I wonder how many days I missed. Let's see. So we started 10-2 to 1-2. 31 days in October and December. So 3 months. Yeah. October, so November, December, January. It's 3 months. Right. I gotta add 2 days for the 31 twice, right? Okay, so that's 92 days. Is that right? 92 days. And I'm only on episode 50. I think 51 was yesterday. That can't be right. I have missed a lot. But yeah, that's a gut punch. That's like, whoa. I gotta get this figured out. Okay, well, here we are. If you're just checking this out for the first time, I get on here every night, except for a couple times I've missed. These are literally 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 days that I've missed. Yep, so I'm being very straight up. I'm being very honest. I don't go back and change things. I don't go back and say, all right, well, I missed this day. Let's just fill it in with what I think it might have been or average it or whatever. I don't do it. I just track it the best that I can. And obviously, I don't make a video every night. I've done just over half of the days since I started on October 2nd. And, yep. There is a line that I live on. And my days are so up and down that they are a roller coaster with my headaches, and I have all kinds of symptoms and, things going with my condition and just how I'm feeling in general. So it's a roller coaster, just like, most people would say. But my roller coaster um, has a line in the middle, I guess you could say. And some days my roller coaster operates above the line, and some days it operates below the line. And when I go below the line, it's almost like living in. It's almost like, I mean, you could use any analogy, like night and day, heaven and hell. It's like, everything is good or everything is bad. So, my goal is to live on the upper side of that line. And that means being green. So when you see these colors, green means I'm above the line. I operated for the most part above the line. Um, and I wasn't noticeably going below the line. Yellow means, I'm a little worried. Orange means I'm flirting with red. I was kind of red and I wasn't sure. It's basically being in the red, orange. But it's hopeful to get out of the red, is kind of how it, looking back on it. So I'm just trying to operate in the green. Lately has been real good. Life has been good. Um, Today was green as well. Actually, today was a little weird because I was feeling a little sick. Canceled some appointments. I had a personal trainer appointment. Canceled that. Canceled with the dentist. I didn't want to sit here with like a sore throat and have my mouth open, just like breathing and coughing on people. No, thank you. So, yeah. Overall, it's a 7 today, though. I wasn't feeling bad. I mean, I had fun. Headache, yeah, it came and went. 4.5. So some things I rank, some things I want to be higher. It's like out of 10, and 10 is a good thing, and 0 is a bad thing. Some things are the opposite. Some things are, tracked by actual counts. Yeah, so um, yeah. I do have that all kind of labeled up here. So you can see at the top, 10 is best, 10 is worst, 10 is best, 10 is best, 3160 for calories. That's like my baseline I'm trying to go for. Even though my trainer has me at a totally different baseline. I'm pretty sure 3160 is right about my baseline though. Because I haven't gained weight in a long time and I've been living below that. So now I'm doing better. I'm right near that baseline. I think if I'm near that, I'll gain weight. Like, I think my technical baseline might be real close to 3,000. But that 3160 includes a heavy workout during the day. Yeah. So that gets into that. Then there's all these allergens, dairy, gluten, chocolate, alcohol, things that trigger my headaches and stuff, things that I want to track. And when it comes to tracking and it comes to elimination diet, things like that, I think it's best to always just think about what you want to track, what you want to know more about, what you're curious about. Um, if it's going to affect you in the future, and you might want to look back and see how things have fluctuated or correlated, then just track it. Um, this is like an overall wellness kind of thing, so I have all kinds of stuff on here. Um, but like with a diet, you could do this and do an elimination diet and just track whatever food you wanted. There's so many categories of food and different things you can probably come up with. I've done a pretty much full elimination diet where I went down to just eating. I ate chicken and I ate a couple. I think I got rid of pork. I think I ate like one kind of pork or something, like pork chops. I don't know. But that and just like certain vegetables. And then I had nuts were like my go to if I had like a low sugar moment, which that gets kind of scary if you have any kind of blood sugar issues, which I don't have diabetes or anything like that. I grew up on sweets, and so I have a lot of cravings, and sometimes my body really gets low blood sugar if I try to cut all these carbs out and stuff, and kind of starve myself. So I have like emergency foods for elimination diet. So I've done like 3 or 4 elimination diets. Some more strenuous than others, a couple more strenuous ones, and a couple easier ones. And the couple easier ones, I always knew, okay, I need to have like something in the middle of the night. Like, there's nothing worse than having a sugar low in the middle of the night. You start like, your thoughts go weird, and you have like weird, it's like you lose control of your body or something. It's like a really discomforting, anxious feeling. And you just eat some nuts or something real quick, and it just like goes away. So, anyways, I don't want to get all down any rabbit holes, but I've been doing this for a few months now. I've been tracking for a long time, but this is like the most legit one that I can always reference on Excel. So, usually I just have a little notebook. I use little codes and stuff. And I would just like write, I have notes here that I can leave for every day. So that's basically what I did is I would just write how I felt that day. I'd write the date, write how I felt, and then I'd have like a few little codes I'd write and put in the corner. And I didn't go into nearly as much detail as this. So this is cool. I think over time, it's only been 3 months, but after like a year or so, I can really look back and get some correlations together. Because I'm sure I'll have some more red zones coming up. Sometimes it seems like it comes out of nowhere. Um, but I'm hoping this keeps me strict enough that it doesn't bother me too much, but we'll see. My sleep wasn't good. It was like a 6.5. Wasn't feeling great. I'm in that weird, like, I think maybe I'm getting sick feeling. It sucks. I just hate it. Diet. I made a really cool stew in the crock pot today with all this chicken and sweet potatoes and stuff. It was pretty good. Um, Not a lot of calories, but I ate a lot of chicken. I think it was probably about 800 calories. Um, Breakfast was probably about 800. And I had some Chinese food in the middle of the day. 7.5 on the diet. Could have done better. But that was 800. That was 800. It was probably 1,000 on the Chinese food. The rice and everything. That's 2,600 plus my snacks. Peanut butter. It's probably about 300 because I had a couple servings. So that's 2,900. Plus I had oatmeal. That's 200. I think I'm overestimating the stew. Well, no, I ate a lot of that. Jeez, I think I'm right around 3,200 though. And I should have tracked it. I've been better about tracking it recently, but not today. Just was off. Things were off. Sugar, probably around 40 grams of sugar. I still eat way too much sugar, I guess. Dairy. Didn't have any dairy. Didn't have any gluten. Didn't have any chocolate. Didn't have any alcohol. Had rice. Had potatoes, the sweet potatoes. I did do a cold shower this morning. My exercise was tennis. I usually give that a 5. Mindfulness, I did. Before I played tennis, I actually did 5 minutes of mindfulness. That was good. Emotional stress. With the stressors, I think it's a good thing to track emotional and environmental stress. Emotional, you can kind of control. Environmental, you really is things that happen to you. Emotional is how you're responding to things that are going on. And yeah, my stress baseline is like a 7 right now, and that's something I don't go into detail about. Again, if you're just watching for the first time or whatever, um, there's a lot going on in my life, but hey, whatever. So 7 is my baseline right now, but that's why you'll always see this above 7. Um, but there's a big correlation right here where it goes up, and there's reasons for that. But look at that. I mean, that's like right on. That's like 7s before and after. And then look at this little bump right here, right where that yellow is. It's like perfectly lined up. And then there's another one here where it's almost lined up. So yeah, this little color thing is kind of just it's my quick reference. But then it kind of went up for a while too, and then I've been good. But sometimes that's like a momentum thing too. Like you have more green, more good days build upon each other, and it builds resilience. Like this looks like resilience to me, where it's like yellow was really trying to break into my life, and I said no, you know, because I had a lot of stress too. I wish I wouldn't have missed those 2 days, but it probably had to do with the stress, right? So, yeah. This is a flasher. I have little flashes of light in my vision, and they're like little migraines. So I track those. I should have had neurofeedback, but I called in. Neurofeedback is a cool thing. There's an article on wellnesscountry.org. You can check that out. Um, that's actually about heart math, but I talk about some neurofeedback in there. I need to do some neurofeedback stuff though. But some of these videos you can probably check back on the yeah, on the topics. I bet there's a neurofeedback one. Man, I should have the episode numbers on here so I could reference them. Yeah, neurofeedback, other alternative options. So on the third one of these ever, which I guarantee you I did, I'm pretty sure I did a video for like the first week. So that should be episode number 3. Should have a topic. It should say in the description, topic neurofeedback, other alternative options. So if you want to hear more about it, I'm sure I babble on about it, and but probably give you a little more background there. So today notes, was feeling almost sick with a sore throat. Excuse me. Good enough that I went and played tennis tonight, anyways. Though I canceled with my PT and dentist. And canceled neurofeedback. Neurofeedback. And then I have these goals, which I've just not been hitting. I keep saying, see, Diet 9. Diet 9 is what I'm not hitting, and the mindfulness of 10 minutes. So up here you'll see I'm trying to get my diet to a 9 and then not have any high carbs unless it's before or after my workout. Like directly before or after. For the smarty pants out there, that's like, it's always before or after a workout unless you're having your workout. Some nerdy, like I would say. Anyways, yeah, it's been 20 minutes. All right, I'll wrap this up. But I mean, the topic today is just soreness. I had all kinds of like hip tightness tonight, trying to play tennis, and I'm halfway sick and blah blah blah. But there's like good soreness and there's bad soreness, and this was like my hips were kind of barking at me in a bad way. Um, kind of like you slept on something wrong or whatever, and it's just off. So I think some yoga would really help. And I think I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and do yoga. Um, and try and alleviate some of that. But we attribute making gains in the gym to soreness and all this stuff, but every expert that I really hear from, whether it's online or at the gym or wherever, soreness is not, you can, if you're working out a lot, you're not going to get as sore, but it doesn't mean you're not making gains. I think the soreness is like more like shock. It's like you're feeling the pain from a big change in the way that you're doing things in your routine. But if your muscles get used to it, um, if you're breaking down your muscles, consistently, and your muscles are getting used to that, and then you're letting them heal, um, you get into a good routine, you're not going to be as sore. Like try working out for a year straight on a very consistent program, and then stop for a week and then go back into the gym. You're going to be all sore all over again. That soreness is going to be refreshed. So, um, but that doesn't mean you weren't making gains the whole time. Otherwise, you would just work out every muscle once a week, and that would be the answer. So you'd always get maximum soreness, but you're not going for maximum soreness, right? So, um, but knowing your body and knowing when the soreness crosses a line into something negative, to your body telling you to back off a little bit. All right. My trainer that I have now is really cool, and he just basically said, if something hurts, but you're doing it right, well, just ease your way into it. Like I was doing like an Arnold press and lifting my shoulder, trying to do like a perfect L shape with my shoulder, like completely straight up against the wall style. You know what I mean? Where I'm like a straight line up and down, and I have my arm just going straight up, and it hurts my shoulder sometimes. So, and it's not like a bad pain, but I just pointed that out, and he's like, well, just bring your arm forward a little bit. Does that hurt? I'm like, no, but I'm not doing it right, am I? He's like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you're trying to work towards getting that. So train your body to be okay with that. So you can start by keeping your arm forward a little bit and then work your way towards being completely, you know, um, parallel with your body or completely in line with your body. If that makes sense. I'm not the best at describing that, but um, you can work your way towards full extension in a lot of these movements. Avoid the bad soreness when possible, right? And you get used to it. You work in the gym for a while and you figure that out. But that goes for anything too. I mean, like lifting things when you're moving or whatever. Like always side on safety. Safety first. And if you strengthen the muscles around the soreness, that soreness should get better. I've noticed that quite a bit. I had a lot of back problems before I hit the gym 6 years ago now. Um, my back was really bad. I worked at a liquor store and I couldn't even lift the boxes. My back was going out once a month, and then it'd be like 1 week out of every month where I just couldn't move and couldn't lift anything. It was really bad. And then but I never have that anymore. And why is that? Well, it wasn't a magic pill. It wasn't anything. It was just working out. It was just strengthening my back, learning at the gym, putting in practice, and working towards understanding good form in all kinds of different movements and strengthening my core, obviously, and that's like been huge for me. So that's, yeah, there's a lot of ways to tackle soreness, and obviously, you want a good physical therapist or physical trainer working with you at least at some point. You got to get pointers here and there, um, and you'll be able to work on these problem areas, right? And my hips are starting to become one of those areas, but I have things that I know I could be doing that I'm not. So I know I have steps I can take on my own, and then I can bring it up with my physical therapist or my personal trainer and go a step further. Then I have a chiropractor, and I have like lots of tools that I can pull out and use to try and help this um, before it becomes some kind of big issue down the road. So that's what it's about, and then I'm trying to keep those muscles strong around those areas. So yeah, my lesson: slow down. No matter if I'm just having a bad day, a bad minute, a bad hour, if I wake up feeling weird, whatever. I woke up feeling weird today, and I just talked to God. I prayed and just said, Lord, I think I need to slow down again. And that's um, that's a big thing for me in 2024, I think, is just to um, slow down and picture one step at a time. Wellness country is all about back to basics, take one step at a time. It's easier and simpler and a lot of times more effective to take things away than to add more. There's usually things that you can clean up in your life. You got too much going on in your brain. Well, cut some of the social media out. Stop following so many garbage things online. There's always things that you can take away that could be contributing to the negativity or the anxiety or whatever it is in your life. Whatever it is that's making you not feel good. Taking things away is, number one, it's free. Number one, it's simple. I mean, it's all number one. It's just free. It's simple. It's very effective usually. And it's not sexy or fun usually. Like, people want to like buy new things and like, oh, have you tried this kind of mushroom? Have you tried, oh yeah, microdosing? Oh yeah, let's try ashwagandha. Like, oh yeah, try this and that. Everybody wants to do that. It's fun, but feeling good is, it's a delayed reaction. You're not If you're just looking for instant gratification, you're gonna find it here and there, but you're just gonna be chasing that buzz, chasing that high for the rest of your life, unless you learn to slow down and take things away and enjoy the benefits of taking things away, and then growing from that, and then reaping the benefits in the future and saying, man, I feel better. And understanding that you feel even better, not even just like, oh, I feel good, but you feel even better knowing that you put in a whole lot of work that made that happen. Over time, you're just like, man, I've been really disciplined for a long time, and I bet you that's why I feel the way I feel today. And that's an amazing thing. Because I was able to slow down, cut out some of the bullshit from my life, and put in some work at the gym, and sacrifice some of my little treats and snacks that I usually like to eat. I sacrificed my body, sacrificed my time, and do it all for the delayed gratification, which is a very profound concept. And I think so much can be gained from just appreciating delayed gratification over instant. So slow it down. That's my lesson. And I made this a long video. I'm glad. I think I needed to reflect a little bit. It feels good. And um, I missed a review day, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That was on New Year's Eve. But yeah, not too stressed about that. Either way, is the tracking working? Is that why I've been green for, what is that, every four of these is a month? So, I mean, I haven't been red since before Thanksgiving. That's a beautiful thing. That's awesome. So, I'm going to cut it off there. Um, if you're watching, please reach out, like, comment, whatever, subscribe, all that YouTube crap. But honestly, reach out, or I'd be willing to chat about just about anything that when it comes to health and wellness. Um, but if you're tracking, if you have any tips for me, I'd love to talk about it. If you would like to get started on anything, I can. I am not a coach. I am not a trainer. I'm none of that. But I can tell you my experiences, and I can show you what's worked for me and who I've gone to. There's people online that I can recommend. There's um, different systems that I've worked on, and a lot of things are really like when I'm talking about taking things away. A lot of things is a real basic approach that a lot of people just don't want to do because it's hard work, or it's an inconvenience in their life, or they just don't get it, or they're not fully just confident about the process. Like the elimination diet, I've been preaching about the elimination diet for so long, and I think people are like, yeah, whatever. And it might just be the way I'm presenting it, or it might be also people just don't want to do it because it's not fun. I mean, to take away all the things that you've been loving to eat, but um, there's ways to customize it and make it not so scary, not so, such a burden or whatever. You can do little chunks of elimination diets and things that, um, it's fun to challenge yourself, and you can make it less burdensome and less um, um, depraving, right? So, anyways, yeah, reach out anytime. All right. Talk soon. I'm gonna try and make sure to do a video every day, but I obviously do not. But feel good, and we'll talk soon. All right.